Hello, and welcome to a JFreeFishing special. We're about halfway through quarantine number 2, and I'm bored. So I'm going to review this here GoPro we just got for the channel. So I guess me being the camera guru behind the scenes here, I decided to take it upon myself to review our newest camera, the GoPro Hero 9 Black Edition. Straight off the box, we know for a fact that it can do 4K, which we most likely will not be doing on this channel, unless it's that camera specifically. But the 1080 is all we need, so let's jump into that. Since I've already had a GoPro for a number of years now, I decided to compare the two. The original one I picked up for the purpose of airsofting videos, which never really took off as I kind of grew out of that phase. But we will still be using it here on this channel for just an alternate camera angle and things we can't necessarily get. Right away, a question I had is it waterproof? I guess we're going to find that out because apparently it is waterproof up to 33 feet. However, you're going to measure that in a pool, I guess. I don't think they go that deep, though. Whereas with the original Hero 3 I have, you do need the hard casing and waterproof casing to attempt underwater. This one, it's got the mounts right there on the camera to mount up to any GoPro accessory. The most astounding thing to me about this little GoPro we've got here is that it's voice activated if you want it to be. GoPro, turn on. Yeah, I didn't press a button. It might have looked like it took a while, but no, it's on. GoPro, turn off. GoPro, turn off. It's selective hearing, I guess. So, not only has it come a long way visually, but it has come a long way visually in terms of just, camera quality. So, let's set them up and see if you can tell any bit of a difference. Before we get started, I would like to mention that I have both a 64 and a 32 gigabyte SD card, which as you can see here on the Hero 3, the 32 gig will do up to 4.5 hours of recording, whereas the newer Hero 9, even with the 64 gigabyte card in it, will only do 2.5 hours. I'm not sure if this has to do with the frame rate setting, but both cameras are set to 1080p for this test. So, let's take a look at the quality from the GoPro Hero 3 White Edition. Pretty standard. Some of the colors look a little bit washed out. None of this has been modified whatsoever, and I'm not entirely sure that the wide lens is available in the 1080p mode on the original Hero 3 model. Coming over to check out the new Hero 9 Black Edition, we can see that the lens is definitely a little bit further out. You have lens options if you choose to use them. They slide all the way down from linear to wide to, I think, even Super Max, which requires a lens attachment add-on. Not to mention just some of the other features that this camera has, being a updated Time Warp 3.0 mode, and it can start recording with some new feature called Hindsight, which will give you up to 30 seconds of footage before you even start recording. So comparing the two, I can noticeably see a color difference, and I can tell you which one I'd rather be looking at just as a still picture. All of that and more easily accessible by a touchscreen, versus this old Game & Watch style of screen that we had on the Hero 3. In addition to those features I just mentioned, the number one godsend to me is the stabilization of this camera. Right away from our first time out, I noticed the difference between the chest mount we've been using and what we've got just walking through the woods. You can just tell the stabilization here is immense, and that's going to make for much smoother video on our end, especially since we're going to be walking and in a boat a lot of the time. Picture quality comparison. This new one says it'll do 20 megapixels. The old one said it'd do 11. My phone here, which has been featured in some of the videos, rear-facing camera does 12.2, I guess. So that's 9 whole megapixels more, I guess. But that's not really what we are going to be using it for. Video quality on this bad boy, most of the time is going to be staying at 1080 with the addition of the 60 FPS, which is just noticeably different depending on your monitor. Which, speaking of monitor, you would need up to a 2K or 4K monitor to even begin to see the differences of this thing, but apparently it can even do 5K at 30 FPS. We picked up this whole bundle here for about the same price as I originally got my Hero 3 White Edition for. Included with it came a pretty nifty grip, a hat mount, which we have yet to try, and the one thing I found that was kind of interesting is it now has like little support rubber locks in between where you slide on the attachments. I'm not sure what that's for other than just a quality of life type feature. And as you can tell, the batteries are noticeably different and will not be compatible with each other, but we've got 2 for each, which is plenty of time for us. So for the remainder of this video, we're going to be testing out some of the other features. We haven't yet done the slow-mo, so that's going to be tacked on to the end. Not sure how the time-lapse is going to look, so that'll be something. And I'm guessing the nighttime photography is probably going to be in another video. Which, yes, it apparently has nighttime photography. I'm interested to see what that'll do. Of course, to be noted, the Wi-Fi capabilities have come quite a long way as well, and this thing can stream 1080p as a webcam or just like its own separate thing. Would be a feature that I think we could possibly test out in the future here on this channel. That gives me an idea. So without further ado, we're going to take a look at some other quality features of the camera and finally get to some fish. But first, a word from our sponsor.
Spray disinfectant, because spraying disinfectant on it just fixes everything.
Hello. Hey, no. That didn't work. That didn't work. Sit down. Sit. Crazy son of a bitch. You come. You come. I got your collar. What are you gonna do now? Did you get that? Oh, you greedy bitch. Little perch. Little perchy perch. Thank you, mister. That was funny. Look at that sunrise. Beautiful. Mwah. Beautiful. Don't know what that was. Nice long you staying down. Nice bass. Nice bass. Absolutely choked it. Absolutely choked it. That's a good start to the day. Come on. Look at the size of that one. Probably pound and a half. Thank you, mister. First fish of the day. Right between the legs. Awesome. Got me all wrapped up. Thanks for tuning in. We're going to be fishing. There's one. Oh my goodness, look at the size of this guy. He wanted it. He wanted it. Started a bit too hard on him, but that last one could have ate this one. Well, thank you, mister. Sorry for the peck of the cheek. That's two. There we go, baby. Oh, that's a nice one. Oh, yeah. As soon as it hit the water, he crunched it. Oh, that's a big bass. Oh, stay on. Stay on. Stay on. Stay on. Come on. Oh, he's between the legs. Oh, yeah. Let's go. Let's go, baby. Oh, look at the size of that fish. Oh, man. Probably 3-pounder. Beauty. Want to come out here now? Thank you.
That's about all for my review here. We'll certainly be using this a lot more. With the two facing screens that you can visually see what you're doing, just makes a vast improvement over previous models where you'd have to buy an attachment. This is going to be perfect for our fisherman here who can frame up his shot of his fish and I don't have to be there. So expect some of those videos coming here in the future, but hopefully we do a lot more than just that. Stay tuned, guys.